Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the most important things of a Muslim. First and foremost, you have to say the Shahada, which is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. In English this means, there is no God except the one true God, and Muhammad is his final and last messenger. In order to be a Muslim, you have to believe this in your heart, and that is the first of 5 pillars of Islam. Now, the second one is prayer. After we have Shahada, after you have the belief in your heart, the most important thing to do is pray. As Muslims, we pray 5 times a day. The first thing you do when you wake up, and the last thing you do when you go to sleep. Now in order to pray, you have to be clean. You have to, when you're in front of your Lord, you should be nice, so fresh and so clean. So, you have to do a cleaning process called wudu.
Before making wudu, you need to make intention to prayer. So you made that intention, then you preferably say Bismillah before making wudu, which means in the name of God. You obviously open the tap. You wash your hands 3 times. So 1 between the hands and the wrist, 1, and you make sure that you go between your fingers. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 times, your hands and your wrist. Then you rinse your mouth. You take in the water, you spit it out. That's 1 time. 2. That's to clean yourself. So then you go in your nose. You put in the water in your nose and you throw it out. So 1, 2, 3. So after you've done that, you wipe your face 3 times. So 1, and you go to your ears, like around your ears, like close to your ears, look. And then you go down to your throat, and then up. So 1, 2, and then 3. And then you go and then wash your arms. So 3 times. You go 1, and then to your elbows. 2, and then 3. And then you go to the left hand. 1, 2, 3. And then with that water, you go through your hair, and then you go outside, inside, and then around your ear. And then after that, the final thing is you go to your feet. So you wash your feet as well, both of them 3 times. So you start with, try to go through your toes, and then up close to your ankle. So 1, 2, 3. Next, other one. So 1 through inside them, so you try to clean the whole thing. 2, 3 above your ankle.
Your wudu is valid unless if you're on a tight schedule and it's time for prayer, you can still perform your next prayer while having the wudu from your previous prayer as long as it's valid.
Now we have wudu, we're all clean, we're ready to pray. But what direction do we pray to? We have to face the Kaaba in Mecca. To find out what direction you need to pray to in your area, look in the description box below. Okay, so we have wudu, we found the direction we need to pray, but now what prayer are we going to pray? As Muslims, we pray 5 prayers a day. The first prayer is
Fajr, and it is 2 rakats.
Then the second prayer is Duhur. It consists of 4 rakats.
The next one is Asr, and it is 4 rakats.
And then we have Maghrib prayer, and it consists of 3 rakats.
And then the last one is Isha, and it is 4 rakats.
So before starting prayer, we make the intention to pray the prayer. And then we raise our hands up and we say Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Which means God is the greatest.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawm Eddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Ameen.
After reading Surat Al Fatiha, we read any surah in the Quran to proceed.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas, maliki an-nas, Allah an-nas, min sharri al-waswasil al-khannas, alladhi yuwaswisu fi suduri an-nas, min al-jannati wa-nas.
After
We say Allahu Akbar and kneel down to our knees.
Allah Akbar.
And then we say Subhaana Rabbiyal Azeem 3 times.
Subhaana Azeem. Subhaana Azeem. Subhaana Azeem.
And once we say that, we get up from that while saying Sami Allahu liman hamida.
Sami Allahu liman hamida.
And you kneel all the way to the ground after saying Allahu Akbar, and you recite Subhaana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhaana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhaana Rabbiyal A'la, while having your forehead, your nose, your hand, your knees, and your foot all touching the ground.
Allah Akbar. Subhanallah Allah, Subhanallah Allah, Subhanallah Allah.
And then you say Allahu Akbar, and you go into a sitting position.
Allah Akbar.
And you say Allahu Akbar, and you go back to kneeling position, and you recite it once more. Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal A'la.
Allah Akbar. Subhanallah Allah, Subhanallah Allah, Subhanallah Allah.
And that will conclude your first rak'ah. So once you have completed your first rak'ah, you would say Allahu Akbar and continue on to your second rak'ah.
Allah Akbar.
If this was your second rak'ah, you would say Allahu Akbar and sit down.
Allah Akbar.
If this wasn't your last rak'ah, you would then say Allahu Akbar and stand up and continue on with the rest of your rak'ahs.
Allah Akbar.
If it was your last rak'ah, as you finish your prayer, you turn your head to the right and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and then turn your head to the left and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and that will conclude your prayer.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So that puts an end to the process of prayer. God willing, we can all worship our Creator now properly, every day. Please forgive us for any mistakes we made. We're only human. May God forgive us all. And if you have any more questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. The prayer schedule for your area will be available in the description box below. Assalamu alaikum, and God bless you all.